what's happening in the Middle East right now is an all-out assault on democracy and the Judeo-Christian values that people like the radical left hate with a passion.
Dave, thanks for joining us. I've got to say I'm pretty excited myself, but I think it's better to hear from you. Church and state, who, what, when and why?
So, look, the Christian church is meant to be, if Jesus is real and he is God and his word is authority, then he has commanded and commissioned Christians, his followers by any name, to be salt and light. And what we see with the degeneration of culture in the previously Christian West is due to, in large aspects, the Christian church failing to do their job about revealing truth and preserving things. Something that church and state is trying to do is, along with many other constituencies who want to be represented in democracy, trying to say, look, guys, don't sit back and observe, be passive and silent and perhaps lazy. It's actually necessary, if you believe what you believe and if you love your neighbour, to get involved, to get informed, and to get engaged with the public square in this nation as well as the entire Christian West.
Well, that's the who and I guess the what, I guess, and the why. But when is it? Because I know that there's an event and I'm super excited and what to expect at that event.
The event has become an annual national summit in Brisbane, and this year we've got the 7th annual summit. We're expecting at least 500, possibly 700 people to turn up this year, and including yourself, we have over 30 speakers in 2 days. And it's fast-paced, nobody's going to get bored, and there's a wide range of topics. We're trying to inform people as much as possible without being too brief on any one topic. But certainly one of the sessions I want to devote a lot of time to this year, among a few, is the topic of Israel. I think Bob Hawke was spot on the money when he said that when the bell tolls for Israel, it tolls for the whole world. And what's happening in the Middle East right now is an all-out assault on democracy and the Judeo-Christian values that people like the radical left hate with a passion. And that's why they're siding against Israel. Even though there's been this barbaric massacre and attempted pogrom of Jews by the invasion of Gazans into Israel on October 7th, we're seeing incredible, pernicious, inverted reality and gaslighting about Jews undertaking some ethnic cleansing and they're only doing whatever any nation would do if it was invaded and war was declared so brazenly as the Gazans did on October 7th. And one of the things I'm really excited about you sharing with the nation, and especially those people coming to the conference, Avi, is the difference between the reality on the ground and what's represented and reported by the lying harlot media. Your origin story of going from a successful business owner to an independent journalist, I think is particularly pertinent right at this time.
Well, I'm personally really excited for it, and you know, it's interesting. A lot of what you talk about there is this, what I would consider an unholy alliance that's certainly been cultivated since October 7 between the communist socialist left and Islamists who pretty much disagree on everything except for one thing, and that's their hate for Jews. And I'm excited to be part of. I'm not a Christian, and
Well, Avi, let me interrupt you. They agree on their hatred for Judeo-Christian values.
You're right.
It is our foundations, and any nation which attacks the foundations it's built upon is not going to have order and fruitfulness at the end of that. They're going to have destruction and anarchy, and it will be might makes right, and people with power. The anarchists, the people most prepared to be violent, the least civilized people, will rule in such a society. And that's why we have to preserve and protect our foundations.
Absolutely. So those that are interested, tickets, where can they get it?
You can get those tickets from churchandstate.com.au, not only for the summit in Brisbane in March, but also for the conference 1 week later in Albury, Hobart, Launceston, Perth and Adelaide are coming up later this year as well. But Avi, excited to see you at Brisbane in just a little while, and tickets from churchandstate.com.au. But for those people who can't travel, can't get there, can't afford it, you can watch the whole thing uninterrupted on ADH TV, a free live stream of every single session.
That's amazing. Now, I know I'm a big draw card, at least for myself, but for those that are not so interested,
there's quite a few people, Avi, honestly saying they're not coming because of you speaking, which I'm okay with.
I absolutely believe that. So for those that not necessarily want to come see me, but who else is speaking this year at the Church and State Summit in March?
Well, probably the biggest name we've got on the lineup is Father Calvin Robinson, who's been cancelled from the Church of England, cancelled from GB News, and cancelled from another Christian conference in America because he had the audacity to question the legitimacy of feminism. And if that offends you, then tune out for his session as well. But
I love Calvin. I spent some time with him in Davos.
He's a very brave man, and he's standing up for a reformation, a return to our foundations and orthodoxy, the unwokeified gospel. So that's going to be a warning, really, for the denominational leaders to stop compromising and conforming to the world, but actually staying true. But yeah, look, have a look at the program, have a look at the lineup of speakers. Everything's there. The website, churchandstate.com.au.
Well, I very much look forward to it, and I'm excited to see you and all the viewers, whoever's there. I'll happily be there, and I believe my books will be there as well, so I'll happily sign some books for anyone that wants it, or those that want to ignore me. You'll be able to do it to my face there in Brisbane in March. Thanks, mate, for joining us, and keep up the good work.
Can't wait to hang out with you soon, Avi.